Welcome everybody back. I am finally alive. Yes, my voice is almost back. We're at about 80% now, which is great because the flu knocked the crap out of me. That's where I've been for the last week. I do apologize for not being here, but it's very hard to do things that rely on you to talk when you cannot talk. But today we're going to be looking into a different type of Reddit. It's called TIFU, which stands for Today I F***ed Up. So let's get into it. Today I f***ed up by not washing anything I own for over a year. So this was an ongoing f***up that occurred over a past year and a half. We ran out of laundry detergent and my wife and I separately stopped at the store. We both didn't know the other was stopping and bought some. We both bought the same thing. So that's the laundry detergent I've been using to wash everything for nearly a year and a half. Clothing, towels, sheets, etc., all of it. I basically grabbed each bottle of detergent in turn so they both lasted forever. Finally, both bottles hit empty about a week ago and I dragged my ass to the store because I needed a clean towel. I head to the detergent section and grab the same bottle I've been using for over a year and a half. Free and gentle. I don't like scented stuff. That's when I freeze. Because the bottle I'm holding, the same type of bottle I've been using for a year and a half, well, I didn't grab it from the detergent section, and it didn't say detergent on it. No, that bottle said fabric softener, not laundry detergent. No soap or cleaning agent that I'm aware of. None. For a year and a half, I've been softening the hell out of my clothes, but not actually using detergent. I didn't want to believe it. Ran back to the laundry room at my apartment where the trash hasn't been emptied and checked the old bottle. Fabric softener. I'm in shock. My wife has been complaining about the towels smelling for months, and I thought it was in her head. I have a terrible sense of smell anyways, but I knew that I was washing the towels regularly. Turns out, I haven't washed those towels with detergent since we bought them. She wondered why her whites always seemed dingy, even when freshly washed. Well, now we know. Because fabric softener. So now I've been washing everything I own, and holy crap, what a difference it makes when you actually use detergent. Alright, I can't imagine going a year and a half not washing my clothes with soap. They would probably stand up and try to wash themselves in rebellion. I know if I let my clothes go beyond a few weeks, it gets pretty raunchy. So I make sure I try to wash my clothes as often as I can. I have to go to a laundromat because I'm not blessed with the wonderful things of like a washer and dryer. So it's always fun to sit there for an hour just staring at people I don't know and literally, yeah, that's about it. That's about it. Though there is a guy who operates one by me who dresses in Lolita outfits, so I guess that's interesting to look at. Wait a second. Today I fucked up by having a Tinder date over. Strap in, boys and girls, TLDR at the end. Also, sorry for the tense changes. It's still coherent, though. Today, for the first time in a couple weeks, I actually hit it off really well with a girl I met on Tinder. We had gone out for lunch, walked around town, and as planned, part of our date was coming to an end. She asked if she could come over and see my snake. Yes, I own a pet snake. So I figured, why not? I have about 3 hours to kill before I have to get going to my evening activities, Warhammer Night. If everyone is interested. Considering I live about 5 minutes away from the town, I offer her a ride back to my place, which she accepts. So we get to my house, and this is where things start to go downhill. My first thought is to leave the garage open. I wanted her to feel like she could just walk out for whatever reason. No need to finagle a lock or keypad or what have you. I show her around the house, kitchen, den, my room, snake, and then we end up in the basement. I throw some Netflix on, and within 10 minutes, we're making out. She bluntly says we should get it on. And I figure 2 hours is more than enough time for it, and agree. Here's where mistake number 2 happens. I leave my pants and phone in the basement. I leave the basement door open with lights on. The current number of open doors is 3. Garage, back porch, there is a screen though, and the basement. So we start going at it in my room. Door locked, fan on, and it gets kinda noisy. However, I am able to faintly hear the house phone ring. Fuck up number 3. I ignored it, considering I'm in the middle of something and someone nailed it and let it ring. Some time passes and we are still going, much to my and her surprise. I hear the doorbell ring. I figure that it's a solicitor or gutter cleaner or landscapers, and once again, consider I'm a little preoccupied, I let it ring. We finished up a little later and spent some time spooning and making out. When I realized that I got to start gathering my Warhammer stuff and get back to her car, we start to get dressed. Myself fast, her a little slower. As I pull my pants on, I hear footsteps coming up the stairs. Heavy footsteps. I make the mistake number 4. I assume it's my sister's friend, who being a football player, makes a lot of noise coming upstairs. I shout out, "Hey, Mark, I'll be out in a minute. Is my sister with you?" The person responds, "This isn't Mark, this is the police. Open up." I start laughing and reply, "Very funny. I'll see you in a second. Let me get my shirt on." Then someone bangs on my door hard. I open up and am greeted by 2 police officers standing outside my room. The lead one sort of pushes his way into the door frame and asks, "Is everything okay in here, sir?" At this point, my date, still undressed, has wrapped herself in blankets and is looking at me and the officer in complete shock. I start to panic and babble and say something along the lines of, "Oh, I just have a girl over we met on Tinder and she's in college and we were just about to go back into town and drop her off at a car." That deserves a L5. Yeah. The officer starts to crack up, turns to the second and says, "False alarm, just some teens." He turns back to me, still chuckling, and says, "Your sister came home. Did you not hear her ringing the doorbell and calling?" My face went white as I began to put everything together. He continued, "She's downstairs right now. You might want to talk to her." And at that moment from down the stairs, I hear my sister yell, "Squirrel man, what the fuck do you think you're thinking?" The officer starts laughing again and escorts me and my date, who is now dressed, down the stairs, where they proceeded to leave before my sister blew up at me. My sister starts calling me all sorts of names. She is crying and screaming and yelling, and I'm just standing there with this girl laughing hysterically because of the absurdity of it. From what I can decipher, here is what my sister thought. When she came home, she saw my car was in the driveway, which was weird considering that I was supposed to be leaving for a game night pretty soon. And I like to leave early to beat the traffic. With the garage door open, that was also strange. I'm normally very good about locking up. My sister entered the house and saw that the back door was open and that someone's shoes were in the laundry room. Shoes that she had never seen before. She began to panic. Moving further into the house, she saw that not only were all of the lights on, also strange as I normally turn them off if I'm not in the room, but the basement door was open. She proceeded to call my phone, no answer. Now scared, she left the house and called the home phone, no response. She tried the doorbell, nothing. She calls my mom, who proceeds to call the police. They think one of 2 things has happened. Either someone broke in and killed me, or that I killed myself. History of depression, but no attempts, so that was the long and short. The police arrived to the site of my hysterical sister and proceed to sweep the house, ending at my room. Anyway, I was able to get away from my sister by telling her that I had to drop this poor Tinder date off, which I did at the utmost speed. It was a rather awkward ride. I am not sitting in my car, and have yet to respond to my parents' call in any meaningful way other than, "Talk to you when I get home." This should be a fun conversation. This is one of my favorite Reddit stories I've read so far because there's a lot of depth in it. There's highs and lows to it, and it paints a beautiful picture. Can you imagine post-coitus your door being beaten down by police because your sister who came to your house is wondering if you're even alive because you left so much stuff behind to make it look like you've been abducted? Whoops. I mean, like, in the end, his intentions were all good, but we all know about good intentions.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I break your concentration?
But this is a new subject I covered today. I want to know what you guys think. I actually kind of like this subreddit. It's very fun. A lot of very perverse things that go on in this thing. I definitely want to make mention of that. So I have to carefully pick and choose which one I want to grab, because some get a little graphic in nature, and you know how YouTube be like, you can't do that. And you're like, but I want to YouTube. And YouTube be like, I don't give a fuck? So again, tell me in the comment section below if you want to see more of this particular subreddit. I definitely want to say this much. Though I was out last week, I have to thank you all for still continually coming to the channel. It makes me very happy that no matter if I'm here or not, you guys are still being entertained in some form or fashion, and that makes me very happy. And though there are some negative comments, there are still a lot of positive comments that get me through the day. So thank you guys again for your constant support here on Frosted Fricks, and it really does mean a lot to me. So you guys have been great. You guys have been awesome. Don't forget to check out the Discord right there. You guys are fantastic. As usual, as always, my friends, stay frosty and keep moving forward.